Welcome to Flexia's online studio. My name is Kelly. I'm going to be your instructor today. And today I'm taking you through an all levels mat flow class. So go ahead and grab your mat, maybe grab some water. If you need a little towel, you can use that as an accessory as we move through this flow. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and stand hip distance apart. We want to do a nice roll down to begin. So I want you to take a nice deep inhale, maybe close your eyes, ground through your feet. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. Keep your knees soft. Begin to slowly articulate the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Keep your chin tucked. Let those arms be nice and heavy. We just need to be a rag doll up top. Our arms don't need to be doing anything. Take a nice deep inhale when you get to your lowest point. Remember, knees are soft. Exhale, you're going to tuck your tail, draw your belly button up towards the ceiling, and begin to articulate the spine one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, those shoulders, then the neck, and then the head. Let's do one more. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, chin tucks. Slowly begin to waterfall the body down. Remember, those knees are staying soft, one vertebrae at a time, as if you're peeling away from a wall. Arms stay nice and heavy. A lot of times we want to get really stiff through those arms, and I want you to really let them be nice and heavy. Our hips are holding us up here, so reach those hips nice and tall. Pretend like that's your anchor tying you to the ceiling. Your feet are nice and grounded. Maybe you feel a nice big deep stretch through the backs of the legs. Your neck, your back. Remember, keep your chin tucked down. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, begin to slowly articulate the spine one vertebrae at a time. And slowly stand. Beautiful job. Go ahead and stand at the end of your mat. We're going to either cross your ankles if it's available to you and then slowly sit onto your mat, or you can go into a roll down and roll back. So you can roll it down here if you'd like one more nice deep stretch. Bend your knees, put your hands on the ground, widen your knees, and slowly come to a seated position. Awesome job. Go ahead. Bring those arms out in front of you. We're going to roll it down nice and slow. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. You're going to tuck the tail. Slowly roll down. Keep reaching through those fingertips all the way down. Beautiful job. We're going to have those triceps really pressing down into the mat. Engage the rib cage down into the mat. We're going to go into some articulating bridges here. So I want you to take a nice deep inhale. In neutral, exhale, you're going to tuck the tail, flattening the low back to the mat, and then we're going to slowly articulate one vertebrae at a time. Now, once you get into your bridge, you might find that you want to move your feet closer in towards your butt, or maybe you need to move them further away. Take that adjustment if you need it. Inhale when you get to the top. Exhale, slowly begin to articulate one vertebrae at a time. Nice and easy. Hold that tilt. And then relax back down into neutral. All right, let's do that again together. Inhale in neutral. Exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis, flatten the low back, lift the hips, lower back comes up, middle back, rib cage. As your hips lift up towards the ceiling, reach those knees away from the hips. Take a nice deep inhale, press into the triceps. Exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time, rib cage, middle back. Lower back, hips, and reach that tail nice and straight and long. Inhale here. Exhale, tilt. Slowly roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. Inhaling at the top. Feel that connection between the inner thighs here. So we're hip distance apart, but we're still feeling those inner thighs, making sure that those knees don't come apart. We want to stay in that parallel position. Inhale at the bottom. Keep moving with your breath. Exhale, tilt, roll it up. Inhaling at the top and exhale, slowly articulate down. Now we're going to add a little variation. So you're going to keep your legs hip distance apart. We're going to go and start in the same exact way. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, tilt, roll it up. Now, once our hips get to the top, we're going to bring those arms up. And if you can lay them on the floor, lay them on the floor. If you cannot, you're going to hover them parallel to the floor. And then slowly articulate down here, getting a nice little traction. Articulate all the way down. If that's not in your body today, you just keep your hands by your sides. Bring those arms back down by your sides. Press through those triceps. Tilt. Exhale, roll it up. Once those hips are at the top, holding that tilt, bring those arms up overhead. Make sure that back of the neck is nice and long still, and slowly roll it down as you exhale. Good. Once your hips come back into that neutral position, arms come back down by your sides. Here we go. One more. Tilt. Roll it up. Inhale, lift those arms. And exhale, slowly articulate down. One vertebrae at a time. Great job. All right, bring those arms out to a T. Those knees will come into the tabletop position. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Adjust your hips if you need to. We're going to go into our spine twists here. So we're going to inhale our legs over to the left, keeping that right shoulder down. Exhale, pull the abdominals towards the midline. Bring the knees back to center. Inhale over to the right. You try to keep those knees stacked and parallel. Exhale, bring those knees back to center. Good. Inhale over to the left. Right shoulder stays down. Knees stay stacked as best as possible. Exhale, move those legs back towards the midline as you pull the abs down towards the floor. Inhale, not inhale. Inhale over to the right. You know what I meant. And exhale, back to center. Great job. One more on each side. Inhale over to the left. Exhale, slowly bring it back. Pull those abs in and down. Inhale over to the right. And exhale, draw those knees back to center. Woo. If you walk down your mat a little bit, that's okay. Go ahead and readjust. We're going to bring those hands to our knees, and I want you to look between those inner thighs as you lift your head and chest. So we're going to start in our double leg stretch. So I really want you to get those shoulders off of the mat. We're going to pull the abs in and down. And as we pull those abs in, I want you to think of it as a curl. So we're not thinking so much pulling all the way to the floor as we are trying to pull down and curl all the way towards our knees. So let's go ahead and reach the arms overhead, reach the legs in opposite direction. Inhale, hold that hollowing of the core. Exhale, circle the arms around, hold on to both knees. Here we go for 8. Exhale, bring it around for 7. Good. 6. 5. 4. 3. If you feel tension in your neck, go ahead and set your head down. Perfectly fine to do that with your head on the ground. Last one. Hold here. Go ahead and hold on to that left knee. Extend that right leg out. Again, if you're feeling tension in your neck, you just lay your head down here and move with us still. Nice deep inhale, prepare. Exhale, switch knees. Press, press. And as you press, I want that upper body to engage. Press down on that knee. Let me see those biceps. And switch, switch. As you press down on your knee, can you get a little more lift in your chest? Make sure you're looking forward, not up at the ceiling. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Exhale. Reach through those toes. 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands behind your head. Support your head and neck. We're going to take that to our crisscross. So I want you to bring your left knee in, aim your right shoulder, lifting that right shoulder blade off of the mat. Slight twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Switch, switch. Reach along through those toes. Keep those elbows wide. I'm sweating already. Whew. How about you? Elbows stay wide. Aim your shoulder to your knee. Don't think about your elbow. Think about that shoulder. Get that shoulder blade off the mat. Whew. Reach, reach. Deep core connection through that transverse. Reach, reach, reach. Last 2. Oh, beautiful. Now we get a little break. Oh, hold on to your knees. Give yourself a big old hug here. All right, time for more work. Let's go into some bridges here. So I want you to bring your hands back down by your sides, really pull those shoulders down into the mat, ground through that upper body and the shoulder girdle. Pull your ribs in. We don't want to flare those ribs up towards the ceiling. Legs are hip distance apart. We're going to push through those heels. We're going to lift those hips, squeezing those glutes. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Down. And lift. Come on. Down. And lift. Good job. Down. And squeeze. Down. And squeeze. Good job. 4 more. Down. And squeeze. Down. And squeeze. Down. And hold here. We're holding our bridge, squeezing those glutes. You're going to bring your right leg into that tabletop position. Single leg bridges here. We're going to move from the hip joint. Notice my knee angle is not going to change. Tap the toe, lift. I'm moving from my hip, keeping my hips on the same plane. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Support yourself with that shoulder girdle and those triceps. Press down through the upper body. Woo. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. One more. Tap and lift. Hold here. Extend the leg out. Nice. And bring it in. Good job. Reach and bring it in. You got it. 5. Bring it in. 4. Yes. 3. I know it's burning. 2. Last one. Whew. And set that right foot down. If you'd like, you can go into a nice articulation all the way down and rock those knees side to side, or give yourself a nice big bear hug. Either one works. All right, we have another side to do. So take a nice deep inhale, ground through those shoulders, ground through those rib cage or your rib cage. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale, flex those hips up, squeezing those glutes down and up. We're doing those double leg bridges first, and down and squeeze down. You thought we were done with these? Oh no, we got to prep for the other side. And down and lift. Good. Down. I love a good bridge. Good pelvic stability here. Squeeze those glutes. Drag those heels towards your glutes. You get a little hamstring action in there. Last 2. And hold it up. Okay, time for the left side. Bring the left knee into that tabletop position. Moving from the hip joint, not the knee. So there's no collapsing through the knee. Hold a tennis ball or orange there. Inhale, tap the toe. Exhale, lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Remember that upper body. We're still engaging that whole back line. Down and lift. Down and lift. I'm sweating and burning right along with you. You got this. 3. Come on. 2. And last one. We're not done yet. Oh boy. Reach that leg. Here we go. And in. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. Bring that knee in. Slowly set that left foot down. Oh, rearrange those hips. Slowly articulate down. Amazing job. Rock those knees side to side. Whew.
This is a quick interruption to say that if you like this video, you should check out the Flexia Reformer, a studio-grade reformer designed to fit in your home and your life. You'll never wonder how you're doing or what to do next with the award-winning online studio that delivers real-time feedback and after-class report cards. Go to flexiapilates.com to learn more. All right, back to your video.
All right, we're going to move on to some ab work now. So ground those feet hip distance apart. Bring those arms overhead parallel to the floor. You don't need to rest them on the floor. I want you to have them parallel to the floor, palms face up. Make sure that your arms in a position where the rib cage is not flaring. If I leave my arms on the floor, my ribs might pop up. So I really want to engage through my rib cage, getting those arms nice and active. Taking a nice deep inhale to prepare. Exhale. We're going to lift those arms up towards the ceiling and then reach them for our toes. Lift the head and chest, look between the legs for 100 prep. And then come all the way down. Good. Nice little ab curl here. Keep those ribs engaged. Pull those abs in. Find that curl. So those abs are pulling in towards the middle of the body, curling up through the rib cage and coming out through your nose. So think of a nice little wave shape. We're going to curl and we keep reaching through those fingertips. Okay, we're going to add on here. Next one, lift that left leg in tabletop. Lift. Good. Now the right. Lift. Take your time. Lift the left. Lift the right. Little march here. Lift the left. Lift the right. You got it. And the left. And the right. Good. And the left. Almost there. And the right. Woo. And the left. Good. Woo. And bring it down. Awesome job. Bring those arms out to a T. Rock your head side to side. Loosen up that neck. Okay, we're going to bring our knees into the tabletop position now. Knees are going to come into the tabletop position. We're going to squeeze those inner thighs together. Knees in line with our hips or slightly in. I'd rather them be in than out. We're going to bring those arms back overhead. Engage through the rib cage. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Hold that 100 prep here. So we're in this nice coral position. Tap your right toe. Again, moving from that hip. That's the common theme in this class. Just the right leg. Tap. Stay on the right. Tap. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the left. Here we go. 6, 5. Can you curl up even higher? 4. If you need to, bring your hands behind your head to support your head and neck. 2, 1. Knees come together. Arms come all the way up. Good job. All right, we're not done. This time, I'm going to have you bring your hands behind your head. Support that head and neck. Curl your head and chest up. Let's start with single leg taps. We're going to alternate. Left toe comes down, right toes stay in tabletop. And switch, 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 switch. You got it. Keep pulling those ribs in. Keep curling. Can you curl up a little higher? Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Maybe put a little pressure into your hands as you switch, 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 switch. Good job. Keep moving. 2, 1. Hold both knees in tabletop. Now, I just want you to slowly slide those legs out. If you can't go all the way out into a little teaser leg here, don't worry about it. Just go as far as you can. Try to keep control of your core. I don't want you to feel your low back, so remember to angle your legs accordingly. That could just be straight up. That's fine. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, maybe you go really low. We're going to reach. Maybe you alternate. That's fine too. Or you stay at that 45 because that's just enough challenge. Whew. Good. Here we go. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Great job. Bring those knees in, lower your head and chest. Big bear hug. All right. Now you have 2 options to get up from here. You can roll to one side in a fetal position and push yourself up with your top arm, or you can hold on to your shins, tuck your chin towards your chest, pull your hands into your shins, push your shins into your hands, and begin a little rock up. Now we're going to start with a little spinal articulation. Really important here that for rolling like a ball, we're really pointing that nose towards that pubic bone, and we're finding that nice round spine as we roll. We don't want to hit the back of our head on the floor. So keep that chin tucked. The arms are holding a big old beach ball. We're going to articulate through the spine back and come up. Don't touch your toes to the mat. Here we go. Roll and up. Roll and up. It's kind of fun, huh? Roll and up. Good. Roll and up. Yes. Roll and up. And roll and up. Last one. Roll and hold. Okay, last little challenge. You can hold this position if you like. If you'd like a little challenge, let's extend the legs and reach for that teaser. Hold, 2, 3, and bend those knees. Bring it in. Set those feet down. Beautiful job. We're going to roll onto our left side and begin our side body work. Okay, we're going to begin down on our side. I'm laying on my left arm here. My arm is extended and my head is resting on my arm. In this position, take that top arm, place it in front for stability so you don't roll side to side. Stack the hips. You can bring those legs slightly in front, aim towards the front corner of your mat, okay? If you like, you can bring your fingertips to the mat or you can rest that palm on the mat. Either one is fine. We're gonna lift both of those legs together. So I want you to pull the bottom obliques up, okay? So it's just a little pull as if you've got a string pulling through that top oblique all the way to the ceiling. We're gonna place that hand down for stability right about chest level. We're gonna lift both of those legs and press that bottom oblique down into the mat. So think about your obliques as a little lever, right? So as we lift the legs, we push the lever down. And as we lower the legs, the lever lifts up, pressing down and up. You got it. Lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, and down. Good. Keep reaching long through those toes. 2. Last one. Good. Push yourself up with that top arm. We're going to come to our left forearm. Left forearm is going to support us. We're going to push away from that shoulder. And we're going to bend those knees. And we're going to have our knees are going to be slightly in front of our hips here. We're going to go for a little hip lift. So you can either bring your arm up towards the ceiling or on your hip or down by your side. Either way works. You can even bring it behind your head if you like. Just don't pull on the front of your head. So take a nice deep inhale. We're going to lift the hips. Again, pulling that bottom oblique up. Slowly set it down. Good job. Here we go for 8. And down. 7. 6. You got it. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Extra challenge. Hold here. Extend the leg out. Good. Either hold here or we're going to go into a little pulse with that leg. Pulse, 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 pulse. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Excellent job. Push yourself up. We're going to swing those legs over to the other side. We're going to lie down on that right side. So lie down on that right arm. Extend those legs out long. We're going to have that top hand in front for stability. We're going to angle those feet towards the front corner of our mat, stack the hips, and we're going to lift those legs together. Remember that oblique is going to be, that lever is lifted now, and then as the legs lift, we're going to push that lever down. So it's this little lever here, okay? Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep reaching long through that top leg, through that bottom leg. Legs are super active, even though we're working those obliques. We're active all the way kind of from that lat all the way down. And 2, last one. Great job. Go ahead and push yourself up. We're going to slide that forearm underneath our shoulder. Bend those knees. We have a nice little angle here and adjust as you need. You might need to feel it out for a couple sets and then you'll find the right position that feels right for you. So we're going to lift that hip. Remember, hand here or up towards the ceiling or behind your head. All of those work. Take a nice deep inhale. Let's lift those hips. Here we go. Lift. Lower. Here we go. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2. Bonus, hold it up. Extend that leg. If you want to just hold it here, hold it here. Otherwise, we're going to go into that leg pulse. Here we go. Pulse, 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 pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Set it down. Whew, it's hot in here. All right. Let's go ahead and do a little stretching before we get into back extension. And we'll finish up with some nice back extension. So I want you to sit up nice and tall on your seat and make sure your sit bones are nice and grounded. Maybe you kind of move some flesh out of the way so that we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring those hands out in front parallel to the floor. I'm really reaching up through the crown of the head, taking a nice deep inhale, flexing the feet, grounding through the heels, knees stay soft, okay? So I don't want you to ground through your knees, I want you to ground through your heels. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale, tuck the chin towards your chest. Begin to slowly peel that spine away from the wall. And reach those arms forward. Keep those arms parallel to the floor at all times. So now your biceps might be somewhere near your ears. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, slowly restack that spine. Whew. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Keeping those arms parallel to the floor. Inhale. Make sure you're finding that articulation. Pull those abs in, just like when you're doing it on the mat lying down. We're just kind of doing it against an imaginary wall here. Shoulders are low. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the chin towards your chest. Slowly articulate down. Reaching those arms forward. Reach. Ground through those sit bones. Get that nice extra stretch there. Inhale here. Exhale. Articulate up. Keep those shoulders low. I know it's easy to want to crunch them into your ears. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it down. Reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, slowly articulate up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Here, bring your arms out to a T, palms face up, legs come together. Again, if you need to readjust for those sit bones, rock those hips side to side. All right, we're going to find a little twist. Key thing to keep in mind for your twist. We don't want those feet to slide across each other, right? Because then we're moving through our hips. And we're really looking through that twist for that twist through the spine. So if your hips or if your feet are sliding across one another, we know we're kind of getting into those hips. So I really want you to anchor the insides of your feet together. And we're going to twist through the rib cage here. And then twist through center. Go towards the other side. And come back through center. Twist through that rib cage. Keep your shoulders low. Good. Now we're going to add that pulse. So now we're going to twist to the side. And I said it's a pulse, but really think of it as a reach. So we're going to reach and then reach further and then come back through center. And then to the other side. Reach. Keep growing tall through the crown of the head. Reach further. Come back to center. Reach. Reach again. Come back through center. Try not to collapse through your spine. Keep growing tall through the crown of the head. Reach. Reach again. Come back. Last one. Reach. Grow tall. Grow tall. Reach. Come back through center. Oh, collapse it forward. Good. Take a nice deep stretch here, however you like. All right. We're going to slowly roll into our quadruped position. So you can come into this crisscross, and then we're going to roll up onto our knees, bring our hands down in front, and find a nice quadruped with those hands underneath those shoulders. Soften your elbows. If you're like me, you tend to lock them out just a little bit. So I want you to think about keeping that nice little breath of air. Pull those abs in. We don't want to sink the belly towards the floor. We want to pull everything in and up. Taking that right leg behind you, toes to the mat. Let's go ahead and lift the leg here, keeping the hips nice and parallel. Stay in that flexed foot. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you're having a hard time on your wrists, you can come down onto your forearms here. This one's fun too. We get a little bit more lift. Good. Lift. Either way works. Good. And hold it at hip height. Point the toe now. You're going to take your right leg to the right side of the mat, outside of the mat. Tap the toe down, bring it up and around, draw a rainbow across that left leg. Tap the left outside part of the mat. And then up and back around to the right. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Good. Lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Last one. Lift, tap, and then come back to center. Bring the knee in. If you want to take a little stretch, we can stretch it into that nice, easy rest pose here. You can lay your forehead on the mat. Nice deep breath. Good job. Slowly come back into that quadruped position. We're going to move to the other side. Extend the left toes back. Keep that foot flexed. Remember, keep those elbows a little soft or come onto your forearms. Here we go. We're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Try not to kick into that stabilizing hip. We really still want to keep those hips nice and square. I know it's easy to kick into that right hip, but I want you to engage the abs on the left side to pull the hip up. Lift, lift. Good. 2, lift. Last one, hold it up, point the toes. Bring the toes to the outside of the left side of the mat. Up, draw a rainbow over across the right leg. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Come on, reach through those toes. No lazy legs. Come on, reach and lift. Good. Lift, lift, lift. Last one. We're going to tap to the left and then tap over to the right. And then bring it back to center and bend the knee in. Stretch it back. Whew. Fabulous. Okay. We're now set up to move into our back extension. Is my hair crazy? Probably is. That's all right. Doesn't matter. We're going to slowly lower onto our stomachs, and we're going to relax the feet down so the tops of the feet are on the mat. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Now, this isn't about how far you can push yourself up. I really want this to be a little swan here. So you're going to notice that my elbows are going to stay tucked in, and they're not going to straighten all the way. So I want to activate through my legs. Tighten the abs here. Pull those abs in and up, kind of like in your curl. So we're pulling up through the rib cage. And then as if a string was pulling through the crown of your head, use your hands as a little guide. We're just going to lift and then slowly lower back down. You might need to adjust your hands. Maybe they need to come back a little bit or go forward a little bit. Either way, if this is not accessible to you, bring those hands over to the front of the mat in that little forearm push. Come down onto your forearms and lift here. Both work. We're just getting a little rock here. Little rock. Those hands are only supporting. Lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower down. Good. If you want to stay here, you can. Otherwise, we're going into this airplane here. So arms are going to come out to a T. Take a nice deep inhale. We're going to have a little mini extension. So I want you to pull your shoulder blades down towards your hips. And we're going to try to tip so that we can reach the right pinky towards that right knee. And then bring it back to center. Keep both hips grounded. We're going to side bend Left pinky comes towards that left knee and then back to center. Right, we're pulling that right lat towards your hip, then the left and back, and we're still reaching tall and long through the crown of the head, and we're pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Good, last one. Woo. And fold those hands. Oh, fold the head. Fold the head. I don't know if you can fold your head. Set your head on top of your folded hands. Take a nice deep inhale here. And relax. Good. We're not done yet. We're so close. We're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, tuck our toes, push ourselves up in one fell swoop into that nice strong plank. Kick your hips up towards the ceiling. The head comes in between the hands. And I want you to try to lower those heels as best as you can. Try to reach the floor. They don't have to touch. We're going to lift those hips and reach those heels. And then we're going to lift up onto the toes. Curl through the spine. Roll through that plank. Bend your elbows. Lower down in one fell swoop. Push yourself back up. Lift those hips. This is the last big push. Lower those heels. Lift those hips into that downward facing dog. Reach, 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 reach. Now lift up onto your toes. Roll through the body. Find that nice strong plank. Bend those elbows in towards your body. Lower down, one fell swoop. Last one. Here we go. Press it up. Lift those hips. Lower those heels. Reach those hips up towards the sky. Now lift up onto your toes and slowly walk towards your hands. And then we're going to hang in a forward fold. Isn't that nice? Maybe we need to let our neck out here. Whew. Let the upper body hang. Keep your knees nice and soft. Good. Those hips are reaching up towards the ceiling. They're your anchor point. It's almost as if we're folding over a bar here. And that bar is kind of supported by those hips, lifting those hips up towards the sky as the upper body just relaxes up and over the bar. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck the tail. Keep those arms nice and heavy. Pull those abs up towards the ceiling. Restack the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Whew. And the head is the last thing to return. I'm sweaty. I don't know about you, but I hope you enjoyed Mat with me today. Thank you for joining me. I cannot wait to see you next time on the On